Island run afford with I.CARE, a coral restoration organization. And it's all thanks to I.CARE and recreational divers that we're able to go out and help restore our coral reefs. We are going to be going down this afternoon and planting mountainous star coral and knobby brain coral. My name is Emily. My name's Amanda, and we're the Gale Force Twins.
Mike and I were inspired to create I.CARE because we had this army of divers who were so incredibly passionate about giving back to these marine ecosystems that we love. I bring the science into it based on my research, and Mike really represents the business side and helps us to get all of our funds. And so we kind of put this idea together to give divers a way to help rebuild our coral reefs.
We are planting Pseudodiploria clavosa, also known as knobby brain coral, and mountainous star coral, also known as Orbicella faviolata, mountainous star coral.
All right, we're ready.
Here we go. Time to go down and plant some mountainous star coral. And knobby brain coral.
Big step. Cannonball, Emily. Big step. I've had a long history with the ocean. I've been diving for 35 years or so. And I got to see the coral reef and the whole ecosystem at its peak. And in the last 10 years, I've watched a steady decline. And I had to come to a reconciliation with myself if I was just gonna walk away, or is there something that I could do with all the knowledge that I have and the history that I have with the reef and the community that I'm involved with. What inspired me was the opportunity to put my background, marry it with Dr. Smith, and do something that hadn't been done in the past, and that is give recreational divers a true outlet to be a part of bringing back our coral reefs.
And you're gonna give her some space. Perfect. You're up. Alrighty, we're gonna bring you to your seats.
Amanda planted the knobby brain coral. I planted the mountainous star coral. And then we saw some staghorn coral. I thought it was finger coral, but it was staghorn coral because it was still short. Yeah, and we saw a really nice red grouper. Great red
And
grouper.
it was not shy at all. Kind of just hung out right there.
We did see a lionfish too.
Oh, the fireworm.
We saw a fireworm.
yeah.
We saw a fireworm.
We removed the fireworm. Well,
fire-
not us
fire-
personally, but Mike removed the fireworm. For dive number 2, we're not even moving from this spot, so the whole reason why we come back up is to give the coral and the concrete time to set, because then we're gonna go in for basically round 2, put the nails in, and the dead coral that we have that we're using to temporarily create cages / safety nets to protect this essentially juvenile coral from things like parrotfish, butterfly fish, and anything else that would eat it.
When these corals are hit with multiple challenges like bleaching, acidification, hurricanes, sedimentation, they can't withstand all of that stress. And then they have to deal with the stress that's just normally in their environment, predation, competition, those typical things. And so if we can reduce the stressful impacts, I think we'll start to see a lot more success in our restoration efforts.
We take what we do very seriously when we expose the recreational dive community to the work that we're doing. And I think it's reciprocated because they take it seriously as well. They'll come back from a day like today and they'll say, oh my gosh, that was the most fulfilling dive that I've ever made. And they'll keep coming back.
They pointed out some coral that was only a year old, and after an entire year, it still wasn't much bigger than that original piece of concrete that it was planted on. So that is wild to see and eye-opening. So it definitely makes you want to come out here, plant some coral, protect the reef.
and just view our beautiful ocean some more.
I think the primary goal of coral restoration is to not need a restoration anymore.
We all know this isn't a 5-year project. My long term is 20 years. I can think for the next 20 years that what we're doing is going to work so that our reef actually turns a corner. And I have this goal for divers in general to expose them to a day like this so that they'll think the next time they go on a dive trip, I want to do that again. That is kind of my hope.